The month that was, February 1985. What did 1985 mean to you? In this month, we explore the important events that happened in February. On February 15th, The Breakfast Club landed in cinemas. 5 kids in a Saturday detention, 5 versions of the truth, and 1 library that felt like every school hall. It was not just a teen film, it was a mirror. The jokes hit, the silences stung, and Don't You Forget About Me turned into an anthem you could shout from a bus stop. The film said you are not only the labels they stick on you, you are the bit in between. Style followed the mood. Shell suits and neon tracksuits in shop windows. Shoulder pads in jackets that looked like they could walk in before you did. Pastel blazers, skinny ties, thick socks, and hair that said I am here. Madonna bracelets stacked to the wrist. Molly Ringwald pink as a statement, not a shade. Denim jackets with rolled sleeves, badges on the lapel, and trainers that squeaked down school corridors. On television, EastEnders arrived on the 19th and made everyday life feel epic. Down the dial, Whitney Houston released her debut on Valentine's week. The voice was clean, bright, and impossible to ignore. A few days later, Tears for Fears launched Songs from the Big Chair. Soon, Everybody Wants to Rule the World poured from car stereos and corner shops. At the Grammys, Lionel Richie took Album of the Year for Can't Slow Down, while Tina Turner proved that a comeback can be a victory parade. The world did not stop for pop. On the 4th, Spain reopened the border with Gibraltar after 16 years. On the 11th, King Hussein and Yasser Arafat set out a plan for peace. On the 16th, Israel began to pull troops from Lebanon as Hezbollah declared its founding in Beirut. At the end of the month, a mortar attack in Newry killed 9 police officers, a brutal line drawn through a winter of headlines. Science offered fragile hope. William Schroeder became the first artificial heart patient to go home, a milestone that felt like science fiction made real. The FDA approved the first commercial test for HIV antibodies, and the CDC issued new guidance on preventing AIDS transmission, steps that would save lives through the rest of the decade. There was grief, too. On February 19th, Iberia Flight 610 struck a mountain in Spain, and 148 people died. In the United States, a deep freeze broke records on the 1st of the month. Yet the shelves still filled with bright ideas as Cherry Coke rolled out in cans and bottles on the 19th, a sugary badge for a culture that loved a new flavor. February 1985 was rebellion in denim, confidence with hairspray, and a fist in the air at the end of the school day. If you remember the music, the jackets, and that last raised hand, you remember the month the 80s found its face.